Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dare to Care with Michelle. This is the place where we don't just talk about how to care, we talk about why to care. Joining us today is my friend Coree Sullivan. Coree is someone who has been through the painful journey of divorce, and she then decided to study to become a certified divorce recovery coach. She uses her training as well as her personal experiences to help others find their pathway to healing. In 2012, she authored the book This Restored Heart, which is her personal testimony of healing and walking into the life of freedom and victory that God designs for all of us to live. She has since gone on to author the best-selling book, Destiny After Divorce. And in this book, she addresses topics and materials that she utilizes for her successful divorce recovery classes and her VIP program. Coree originally came from Northern Colorado, but currently lives in Windsor, Colorado. She has two grown daughters, married grown daughters, six grandchildren, and four great grandchildren. She is a certified divorce recovery coach, an author, a speaker, and she enjoys working with people to help them find their heart healing and to free them from their past pain so that they can move forward and live the life that they were designed for. Everyone, please welcome my friend, Coree Sullivan.
Hi, Coree.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I am lovely. This is my second time getting to visit with you today.
Right.
And then we actually get to visit Thursday as well at the Iconic Woman She Exists magazine cover reveal. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to have another iconic woman on my show.
Well, I appreciate being on here because I really appreciate what you do. As I told you earlier, I have a couple of daughters that are nurses, and it's really an amazing profession in so many ways.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, 30 years.
Yeah.
I got a minute in there, but it's exciting. I always look at all the synchronicities, and I had no idea that you had two daughters and a granddaughter and a niece all in nursing. That's amazing, and it's just a synchronicity. Everybody fits in together, and we're all connected, and that's just the way life is. It's amazing to me. So Coree, what Coree does, and you guys have already heard in the bio, is she works with divorce clients and helping them to recover. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I have been doing this now for almost 12 years, actually. And the reason I do this is because I myself am divorced and more than once. And I found that later on in life, after going through 2 decades of not healthy relationships, that there was healing that I needed to go through. I didn't know anything about that. You know, the world says, get back on the horse and get out there. And, you know, it was that person's, your former spouses, that it was all about them being wrong and you're fine and da da da. Well, no, we attract,
Right.
you know, unhealthy relationships if we are coming from a place of brokenness in our heart. And that can start, as in my case, even early on when we were children. So, and I really specialize in the narcissistic side of things because really and truly, there are a lot of marriages that end because one of the spouses was a narcissistic person.
Yeah, and you and I, like in total openness to our audience, I asked Coree this off screen because I wanted to make sure it was okay to ask her during it. So narcissist is a buzzword right now. It's something everybody uses. Everybody says, oh, you're being a narcissist. But there is such a thing as a narcissistic personality. So explain to us how do we tell, is this person a narcissist, or is it, what is it? Explain to us.
Well, a true narcissist that has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, has, you know, a lot of, they can be overt or they can be covert. You know, so they play the victim, you know, in some situations. In other situations, they're very grandiose. They're very, you know, splashy and all of that. The main thing is they always want to maintain control, and they will manipulate you and use any tool that they can in order to do that. Because their whole premise is you are there for them. There's nothing else in the world that matters. I have counseled or coached people who have gone through a relationship where their former spouse basically cut them off from family members, from friends, so that they could control them.
Yeah.
And versus maybe somebody who's toxic, or maybe they're having a period of time where they're, feeling bad about themselves. And so they maybe resort to what we call narcissistic traits for a short period of time. But with true narcissists, it's a cycle and it's a lifestyle.
It's fascinating. And yeah, as I told you, and those of some of you who know me, I don't hide it. I got married when I was 16, had my first child when I was 18. And I was in this relationship where I was pulled away from my family, where the person I was married to didn't get along with my family. And since I'm married, then I shouldn't either. And I was pulled away from my family, and I was pulled away from the things that mattered to me, because all that needed to matter was his needs.
Right.
And his needs above the kids' needs, his needs above, and that's the difference. And narcissist is seeing that they're pulling you, and you do have to, as a marriage, you do have to take the other person's needs over your family and stuff like that. But there's a line, and the narcissist does not have a problem crossing that line. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're talking about. You actually have a quiz on Facebook that people can take to see, is your former spouse narcissist? And that the link to that will be in the show notes on this. But it was a very eye-opening quiz. I took it myself, and it was very eye-opening to see the things that that wasn't normal. And that's what happens, I think, to someone like me who got married very young, is that was my normal.
Right. You didn't know anything else.
Right. And so you help people to focus on healing. We don't want to focus on the narcissist, because we've already done that.
Can't do anything about them.
Right. So what do you do? What direction do we go next?
Well, the very first thing I recommend is that we do some type, I'm a inner healing specialist as well. and I'm in Northern Colorado, and I'm a leader in a inner healing ministry here. And but I do it online with my clients all around the country. Mm-hmm. And basically, when our hearts are broken and there's all kinds of pain there and all kinds of wounds that are, they basically cause us not to be able to see things as they really and truly are. And we don't typically feel very good about ourselves. We typically end up having low self-esteem, low self-confidence. We view ourselves as being very invaluable to people, because our value when we're involved with a narcissist is in pleasing them and making them happy. And so inner healing needs to really come into play to go to that place to heal whatever wound it was, whether it was something that someone did to you, or maybe a lie that you're believing from past experiences or someone told you, mm-hmm. or whatever the foundation of that lie or wound is, needs to be pulled out of your heart. Your heart is kind of like a garden. And so if there's a lot of weeds of lies and wounds and pain and heartache and all that kind of thing in there, then the beauty that really is in your heart can't come out. It's being squelched. It's being stuffed out, just like it would in your garden. So they need to be pulled out by the root. And that's why I do the inner healing, because it actually goes to the root of the issue to pull it out by the root, rather than, let's, do some affirmations. I'm all this in a bag of chips or whatever. And because that doesn't really work, because you're not getting to the root of the issue.
Yeah. And it's one of the things that I've learned over my own healing time is when you water weeds, you get more
You get
weeds.
big weeds.
Yeah. And when you get those weeds out of the way and start watering the flowers that you have, the beauty that you have, then it does. The affirmations, I will say I love affirmations.
I do too.
And
And they have a
affirmations
great
are
place.
great after you heal a little bit. And
Mhm.
during, you can tell yourself, I am enough. Even while you're healing, I am enough. So
Mhm.
that to help yourself heal. And I think that I understand 100% where you're coming from. It's like, as long as you keep watering those weeds, baby, you're going to keep
Mhm.
growing them. It doesn't matter what kind of rose smelling water you put.
That's right.
It's still
You're not
gonna
going to
be
believe it
weeds.
anyway. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
100%. It's so much fun to talk to someone who has the same thought processes that I do, because not everyone, it's like they talk about money too, money is like water going on the weeds. If you're a good person and you get extra money, you're going to do good things. And if you're a bad person, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you're still going to do the same things with it. And it's the same thing with the weeds in your heart. I love that. The heart is a garden. I love that. And
Yeah.
you've got a little heart behind you.
I do.
And then I've got mine up there, and that's my Dare to Care logo that a friend of mine actually made. Have you heard of diamond painting?
I have.
So that's a diamond painting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's beautiful.
And yeah, she just enjoyed. I was working with her as a life coach, and she said, I'm doing something and it's a secret and I can't tell you. And I'm like,
Okay.
but yeah, we were working a lot on healing some inner demons that she's got. And she came to me with this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just cried, because I know the hours that had to take.
Mhm.
That had
Yeah.
to take.
How beautiful.
So I heard today that you enjoy traveling. Where do you like to go?
Well, I like to go anywhere that has a beach and is warm. Being in northern, huh?
We don't have a
Pardon me?
beach here in Vegas, but we do.
No, it is warmer there though than it is. Although we'll be within 10 degrees of each other when I'm out there for Iconic Woman.
All right.
So yeah, but yeah, because we just had snow the last couple of days, and so it's been rather cold. But now we'll be in a mid 50 to low 60 thing for the next couple 3 weeks.
Nice.
But we don't have an ocean either.
No. What is your favorite trip that you ever took?
My favorite trip was wow, there's so many. Probably a cruise that I took that introduced me to the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just, the water always being warm and the temperatures being warm and the beauty. I mean, there was just so much beauty.
Sorry. Lay down. Sorry, guys. They are always so good when I'm recording. I don't know why they're not doing that today. So I understand. Yeah, my husband and I actually did a Bahamas cruise when we got married. That was our honeymoon. It was amazing.
Nice.
I think my favorite trip was, I don't know, I go back and forth. Of course, I did love my cruise on my honeymoon. Santa Barbara, have you been there yet?
I have been to Santa Barbara.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I fell
beautiful.
in love there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that 2020, before the world shut down, and I mean right before the world shut down, we took a trip to the Philippines.
Okay.
And we were there in January 2020. We actually came home. We spent Valentine's Day there, and then we came home right after Valentine's Day. And but again, it was right before the world shut down. But we were at the Bay of Manila. We did Baguio. It was just a beautiful place. If you're ever looking for a place to go and you're very brave.
Yeah.
Baguio is gorgeous, but you have to go up the mountain on one of those buses, and there's no side rails.
You're going like, ah.
I'm like, I know he does this all the time. There's not a bunch of buses down there, so.
Yeah, that would
Must
take
be
some nerves of
okay.
steel.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a couple of little silly questions that I like to ask.
Okay.
What does the word dare mean to you?
The word dare means, I don't look at it as a negative thing. I look at it as we can dare ourselves to step out and do something we've never done before, because we're going to learn more about ourselves. We're going to have a new experience, and we may discover something that we really enjoy.
Yes.
So I look at a dare as to exploring something that we don't really have any familiarity with.
Right. I love that. This is Dare to Care podcast. So what does the word
Yes.
care mean to you?
The word care to me, means that you are honoring and respectful of other people and their feelings and the things that are going on in their lives, and that you love them as a person. You may not enjoy their characteristics or some of the things that they have, that make them kind of who they are, but as a person, we're actually called by God to love all people.
Yeah.
First and foremost, that's the first thing we're called to do.
And love your enemy as yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. It took me some time to not feel anger and hatred toward my former spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew that I had more inner healing going, because not that I want to hang out with him, not at all.
Mm-mm.
But
no,
I realized my part in the relationship, and that was growth for me. So for you, Dare to Care would be exploring caring for other people, regardless of who they are.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Tell us a little bit about Destiny After Divorce and show us.
My book?
Beautiful.
Yes, Destiny After Divorce. This came out as a bestseller in January of 2017.
Okay.
And it's a compilation I used how I got started is I was led to start a class from scratch at our church, and to help people who'd gone through divorce. There's other programs out there, but they had not been using those programs for a while. And I had no idea. There are some things going on in my life. Lord, what do you want to do with these things? And after 9 months of crying out about that, he woke me up and said, I want you to war against the ravages of divorce. Gave me an outline for this class. I took it into our pastor. All the pastoral staff voted on it, said 100% unanimously, this is what we want to do. I took that information over a 4-5 year period of time, and 6-year period of time. And then I heard, you need to put it in a book and market it. It will be a bestseller. And there it was.
I love that. And I look forward to getting my copy, which will be Thursday. I'm so
Yes,
excited.
Thursday.
I'm so excited. Can people order that on Amazon?
They can order it on Amazon under Destiny After Divorce, Coree Sullivan.
Okay. And do you have a website also for them to get it on, or do you prefer they get it on Amazon?
I prefer that they get it on Amazon.
Okay.
Although there is a link on my website, I would love for them to go to my website. There's a lot of information about, I just recently added a page devoted completely to narcissism and recovering from it.
Very, very cool. What is your website?
It's my name. It's www.Coree, Coree Sullivan, SULLIVAN.com.
Very cool. I love that. I thank you so much, Coree, for taking time to talk with us today. This was such an enlightening conversation, and I look forward to our guests. Some of my guests, I know that there's people that need to reach out to you and take your quiz and read the book and talk to you. I know that they're out there, and that's why we talk. That's why we do what we do, is because we dare to care. And you know why we dare to care is because caring is cool.
Caring is cool. And thank you for having me on your podcast. I really do appreciate the time and speaking to your audience. And And just thank you for daring to care.
Oh, thank you. Bye, everyone.